Welcome to Carrizozo Music. Carrizozo Music is a nonprofit organization celebrating its 14th year, and it is dependent on grants, foundations, and your generous donations. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have moved all of our music to a virtual platform for you to enjoy any day and any time from the comfort of your own safe place. Part of the mission of Carrizozo Music is to provide school outreach programs, including concerts, workshops, lectures, and demonstrations for the children of New Mexico, many of whom live in impoverished communities and never have the opportunity to experience this type of culture. Performances are funded in part by the New Mexico Humanities Council, New Mexico Arts, National Endowment for the Arts, Western Arts Foundation, Otero County Electric Cooperative Operation Roundup, Tularosa Basin Telephone Company, Zia Gas, and listener donations. Throughout the performance and afterwards, we will answer your questions via our email, carrizozomusic@gmail.com. All emails will be answered within 48 hours. Please visit our website to watch and listen to the many great performances we have in our performance library at carrizozomusic.org. Remember, donations from you, the viewer, are important to the success of this organization. Thank you.
You guys are great. Oh my gosh, we got some good fans here tonight.
It's almost like we paid people to be here.
Wow.
How's marriage, you two? Good.
Westville, and my heart is feeling light, traveling down the highway in the middle of the night, fiddle in the backseat and my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul. Been living in the city, hoping for my dreams to grow. So many people all together in one place, they get too scared to say hello. Been living in the city, scraping for my piece of pie, crowded, lonely among strangers, till I can't remember why. I am eastbound to Westville, all my troubles left behind. The further down the road I go, the easier my mind. Fiddle in the backseat, my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul. Buried in my memory, someone I used to know. He gave his heart and hand to me so many years ago. I hear he's on his own again, and I know how that can be. Remembering his honest smile, will he remember me? I am eastbound to Westville with a longing in my heart. What is there for me to do but make another start? Fiddle in the backseat, my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville, Oklahoma's in my soul. The girl I was back then. To my heart I will be true. I am eastbound to Westville, and my hopes are riding high. Stars are fading back into the orange yellow sky. Fiddle in the back seat, my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville. I am eastbound to Westville, and my hopes are riding high. Stars are fading back into the orange yellow sky. Fiddle in the back seat, and my eyes upon the road. I am eastbound to Westville. Eastbound to Westville. Oklahoma's in my soul. Thank you.
Thank you. Banjo didn't make the trip.
Not gonna happen.
Sorry, friends.
Sorry, guys, no banjo today.
It's not even in the state.
It's not.
I'm out of breath. I don't know why. I
know,
I'm
it's so
excited.
exciting. It's so exciting. There's people in front of us, Luke. There's people. Look, there's people. Oh my gosh. It's not just a little red dot. It's people.
It's the extra 5 feet of elevation, you know?
Oh, yeah, well, the stage. It's kind of high up here on the stage.
We went for a hike yesterday and a hike today. We tried to hike the Dead Man Canyon, but it turned out just to be
We got lost in somewhere else. I don't
Alamo
know.
Canyon.
Well, but it wasn't Alamo, because then we ended up way up high and slipping around on rocks. I don't know. It was pretty, though.
This is just me catching my breath, that's all. Stephanie was like, let's do 2 fast songs right out of the gate. That'll help.
Oh, hello, yes. When all the clouds have gone and trouble's been and done, my vision's clearer than it was before. When every drop of rain has soaked in the earth again, something sweet on the breeze sweeps in my door.
After the storm,
The sun is shining brighter than before.
After the storm,
The snow-capped mountains glimmer and gleam.
after the storm,
The clouds of worry float off into the distance, and the air is clean and clear again. The lightning and thunder threaten to drag me under. The rain is leaking through my window pane, and the winds of change blow off the dust of comfort, and all my trouble starts again.
but after the storm,
The sun is shining brighter than before.
after the storm,
The snow-capped mountains glimmer and gleam.
after the storm,
The clouds of worry float off into the distance, and the air is clean and clear again. show me strength, and show me kindness. I've lived through many of your storms. I will shine my light into the darkness, and peace will reign in my heart.
After the storm,
the sun is shining brighter than before.
After the storm,
the snow-capped mountains glimmer and gleam.
After the storm,
the clouds of worry float off into the distance, and the air is clean and clear again.
After the storm,
the sun is shining brighter than before.
After the storm,
the snow-capped mountains glimmer and gleam.
After the storm,
the clouds of worry float off into the distance, and the air is clean and clear again. Oh, the air is clean and clear again. And peace will reign in my heart. Hi, everybody. We have missed you. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see some really familiar faces, some of whom I've not seen in a while. Raise your hand or make some noise. Hi. Hi. If you have seen us here before, let me hear you. Yes.
Whoa.
Thank you. Raise your hand or make some noise. Don't raise your hand, I can't see you. Let's not kid ourselves. You're beautiful, by the way. Oh, hey! Hey! All right, who has never seen us before? Hello! It's so nice to meet you. I'm Stephanie Bettman. This is Luke Halpin. We are Bettman and Halpin. We've been playing together for
462 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
It just seems that way.
The first 9 years were in a Honda Accord. You do the math.
So, I met Luke in Los Angeles, California. I was living out there trying to be a movie star.
I met the majority of the front row in Los Angeles.
Yes, the majority of the front row is from Los Angeles. They joined the great exodus, and now they live in other places. New Mexico, mainly, right? Different, yes. Did anybody drive farther than Santa Fe today? No? Okay, you guys win. So, back when I was trying to be a movie star, I got a little distracted by becoming a circus aerialist. It was really fun. It was so fun. Maybe someday. The dream lives on. Anyway, I gave it all up for music. Somehow I decided, Stephanie, jack of all trades, really you should focus on something. Be like a stamp and stick to one thing until you get there. So I changed my ways. I gave everything up for music. And I started writing songs, and it was probably about 17 years ago. And I got here. Here I am. Here I am. And here you are. Anyway, a little way down the path, I met this guy, Luke.
All our dreams came true.
That's right. He showed up, and I was like, done. No, anyway, we started touring together. We started touring as a duo. We've been touring as a duo mainly for, it'll be 15 years in March, which is hard to believe. Hard to believe, yeah. Anyway, we got hired to play this small town in Oklahoma called Hugo. And we were driving into town, and we saw the welcome sign. It said, "Welcome to Hugo, Circus City, USA." Oh, how the circles, they repeat themselves. So I was like, oh, circus people, my people. I must find them. So I got into town, and I was asking around, and well, the circus was already on the road. We missed them. So I said, well, shoot, what is there to do in town when the circus is not around? And our hostess said, well, I guess the most interesting thing in town is to visit the cemetery. I didn't ask if she meant dead or alive. Just walked on over. And I was walking around, and it's a beautiful old cemetery. It's very old. Mount Olivet is the name of the cemetery. Anyway, I was just about to give up on old Hugo as any kind of tourist destination. And I stumbled into this section of the cemetery, and I started noticing there were cement elephants scattered around between the headstones. And I thought, well, that's different. And started looking closer at the headstones, and there were carvings of high-wire walkers and jugglers, trapeze artists. There they were, my people. I found them. There was this one monolith with this man carved in it, and he had the top hat and the big old handlebar mustache, and at the bottom it said, Strong John. He had more friends than Santa Claus. Who can say that? Anyway, I was so moved. I wanted to write a song. So I did. This is that song. It's called Flowers and Stone. I didn't write that part. If you go to Hugo, you'll notice it's rare history. The sound on the breeze of the hum and the squeeze of a faraway calliope. If you go to Hugo, magic is hanging in the air. With the catcher's release and a last rest in peace, the circus takes its final curtain there. Flowers and stone, you wandered alone. Love that was passing is now everlasting, eternally known. Flowers and stone, you're finally home. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam. If you go to Hugo, tell Strong John I say hello. The flying Latinos are balanced evermore with no net below. There lies Louise of the swinging trapeze, famed for her triple to the bar. Now she's spinning the breeze as she hangs from her knees and circles a falling star. Flowers and stone, you're finally home. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam. nothing left but empty popcorn sacks and wagon tracks. The circus is gone. Flowers and stone, you wandered alone. Love that was passing is now everlasting, eternally known. Flowers and stone, you're finally home. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam. Through tears and through laughter, you're here ever after, no more to roam.
Such a treat. We've done so many streaming shows over the last 2 years. I almost forgot what it was like to be loved. It's the only reason I got into this was for affirmations from you all. No, I'm just kidding. No. I'm done. I have no more thoughts.
Okay. So we played that show in Hugo, and I was inspired to write Flowers and Stone, and then we got to return the following year, which is unusual to get to return to an art center 2 years in a row. And so we got to share that song with the people of Hugo, which was really cool. And at the end of that show, we were playing at the Choctaw Arts Council series. And this Choctaw woman came up to me at the end of the show, and she was talking with me at the merch table. Her name was Dot. And she's looking at the CDs, and she says, "I liked your music." And I said, "Thank you." And then she looks me straight in the eye. She says, "You have another song in there that speaks to me." And what she didn't know, but apparently she did, was that I had been trying to write a song about the Trail of Tears ever since our previous visit. And I hadn't been able to find my way in. So I kind of hemmed and hawed, and I was like, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, she invited us to her home after the concert, and she brought us in, and it was a simple adobe one-room house. Lovely, very neat and homey. And she says, "When you come through, if you ever need a place to stay, you just let me know. I will give you my home. I will sleep with my horse." Gotta say, never had that offer before. And then she started giving us gifts, and she gives Luke this horseshoe, and she says, "This is for you. You're the lucky one." Of course, I'm thinking, well, shoot.
She does know what she's talking about.
And I'm thinking, well, great, what am I? And then she hands me a spur. She says, "This is for you. You're the spur." I never knew myself until that moment. I was like, she's right. I am a spur. I'm a spur. It was a revelation. And then she hands me this book, and it's this history of Native American experience. And she says, I'm old. I want you to have this. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. All right, I'll write the song. So I went home. I started doing my research. And I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. And I finally found a way into the song. Remember that song I was going to write about, A Trail of Tears? I finally got there. And I got there through a legend from the Cherokee people. It's the legend of the Cherokee Rose. And it goes like this. The Cherokee people, as you guys probably know, were the last to leave the southeastern United States in the Indian Removal Act that happened in the 1830s, I think. Anyway, my dates are sketchy, but it was around that time. Andrew Jackson was president. And the Cherokee people were not real pleased with their leaders for having made this agreement with the United States government, so they didn't leave. So eventually, the U.S. government sent down the militia to escort them from their homes in South Carolina and Georgia and Florida to their new home in Oklahoma. This was a journey they walked. It was just under 1,000 miles. As you know, many, many, many thousands of them died on that journey. So the legend goes that as they walked and they watched their loved ones perish, the women were becoming so despondent that they could do nothing but weep as they walked. And the elders saw this happening, and they recognized that this was a serious problem. So they gathered together and they prayed to Creator for a sign that would strengthen them, that would hearten the tribe and help them make it to their new destination. Creator told them to look for a 5-petaled white rose with a golden center. The 5 petals representing the 5 different tribes of the Cherokee Nation, and the golden center representing white man's greed and the reason they had to leave their homes. So the next day, as they continued on their journey, they looked behind them, and everywhere that the women's tears had fallen, there were plants springing up with dark green waxy leaves and sharp thorns. And then before their eyes, they began to bloom. And there they were, 5-petaled white roses with golden centers. This rose is known as the Cherokee Rose, and it still grows all the way from Georgia to Oklahoma. This song is called Cherokee Rose.
3, 4. I walk 1,000 miles to a home I do not know. I walk 1,000 miles through the bitterness and snow. I left a trail of tears behind me, losing loved ones as I go. Now there's nothing left but history and the snow-white Cherokee Rose. Nothing left but roses, nothing left for mending. You journey to a new home, but the journey's never ending. Your words changing with the season suits your time and it suits your reasons. So it goes, so it goes. I walk 1,000 miles to a home I do not know. I walk 1,000 miles through the bitterness and snow. Left a trail of tears behind me, losing loved ones as I go. Now there's nothing left but history and the snow-white Cherokee Road. Promises were made, promises forgotten, fruit was barely on the vine, but the fruit's already rotten. Give your children up for slaughter. One man's whore is another's daughter. So it goes, so it goes. I walk 1,000 miles to a home I do not know. I walk 1,000 miles through the bitterness and snow. I left a trail of tears behind me, losing loved ones as I go. Now there's nothing left but history and the snow-white Cherokee road. We share no common language, we hold no same belief. The differences between us marked by burials and grief. But we all return to ashes when the final teardrops fall. So maybe we are brothers, maybe we are brothers, maybe we are brothers after all. Walk 1,000 miles to a home I do not know. Walk 1,000 miles through the bitterness and snow. I left a trail of tears behind me, losing loved ones as I go. Now there's nothing left but history. Nothing left but history. And the snow-white Cherokee road. Thank you. That little song that I wrote just won the United States the U.S. songwriting competition. There's so many songwriting. We just won the U.S. songwriting competition in the folk category with that song. Yeah, thank you. Speaking of winning things, we're going to do a tune Luke won. Which one did you win with this one?
Another one of the great.
Another one
I
of
won
the
the Great American
Great
Song
American
Contest.
Song Contest.
There's so many contests you can enter, and you don't win that many, and then you win one, and you just want to tell everybody.
That's why we're telling you. Because, hey, that's fun.
There's really nothing more exciting on the planet than listening to a mandolin being tuned, you know? It represents, like, hope and potential. Mostly potential.
I hope it's in tune. I hope.
Yeah, this song's called Button Willow. It's happening. It has to happen. For those that don't know, Button Willow is three things. It is the name of a small town on Interstate 5 in California. I love it when Tom comes to shows. It is a noxious weed in Kansas. And it's my own personal supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Button Willow. It'll just brighten your day.
That's fun. I love playing that tune. I never get sick of playing that tune. We've been playing that tune for probably 15 years.
I've
Maybe
been playing
not quite.
it for 20.
Yeah, you have.
I love that
It existed before you even knew me. It's a funny thing. I heard Winona, you know, Winona.
Not the writer, the judge.
Not the actress.
Yeah.
The singer. Yeah. Anyway, I heard her say one time, you got to be careful what you write because you could be singing it for the rest of your life.
That's why we only write masterpieces.
We're going to share a couple of new songs with you tonight. Brand spanking new. So I don't know how many of you noticed, but a couple of years ago, the world shut down. Yeah, a lot of people's lives changed. Some people got busier, and then all the artists got fired. And it's been an interesting time. My tour muscles are a little weak. But I gotta say, I have friends in Denver now. That only took 12 years and one pandemic.
I was thinner, then I was fatter, then I was thinner, then I was even fatter. That's how my
That's how
my
your pandemic
COVID's
is gone. I'm sure a lot of people can identify with that.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, the roller coaster of comfort.
But if I'd had known it was going to last this long, I wouldn't have even tried to get thin at the early part of it.
Oh gosh. So we're going to do two songs that I wrote during this time. This first one is my own personal exploration of being unproductive. You know, when this first started two and a half years ago now, is that right? No, coming up on 2 years. That's right. 2 years in March. That's right. I
remember that first gig that got canceled.
Oh my gosh, me too. It got canceled again in the fall because you got COVID.
Yeah.
Someday we'll play in Ohio again. Anyway, our agents reached out, you know, when the world shut down and everybody on their roster was like, oh, canceled gig, oh, another canceled gig. And we were all like, how far out is this going to go? Nobody had any idea. And our agents said, well, Shakespeare wrote King Lear during the plague. No pressure. So, of course, I didn't write anything for a year.
As a good artist does.
That's right. So this is, ink is still drying. This is called Fallow Field.
Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be here. Empty highway, acres open and untended either side, not a single fence is mended. Ancient longing feels just like these barren fields, waiting for my work to blossom, wanting so my life to yield. Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There's time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be here.
not
this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield.
There is time to make repair,
to go nowhere and just be.
Before the flowers grow, you have to sow the earth. Before your blossom show, you have to know your worth.
Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be here. Fear not this fallow field, this crop that bears no yield. There is time to make repair, to go nowhere and just be.
Thank you.
Yeah. Every time she writes a new song, I'm like, that's my new favorite song. Now we're in the hundreds.
Is this next one your new favorite song too?
We haven't
I did
performed
write
it
it.
that often, but I think it's getting there.
Yeah, I mean it.
Yeah, but
uh,
given the syllogism
There you
set
go,
forth
right?
there, that this next one's my new favorite one.
So, like I said, I didn't write anything for like a year under the pressure of writing King Lear. And then a friend of mine who's a songwriter, who used to live in Colorado, now she lives in Oregon. She's a lovely, lovely songwriter. Her name is Beth Wood. She reached out to me and she said, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube channel for female singer-songwriters writing songs inspired by women. Would you like to participate? And I felt my rusty songwriter muscle go, just say yes. So I said yes. And I cloistered myself on the living room couch with a notebook in front of me, and I just kept pushing, and finally there was a breakthrough. And I was looking through all kinds of materials and looking for inspiration, and I found this quote from Anne Frank. And she said in her diary at one point, she said, "You don't know how amazing you can be, and that's good news." And I thought, oh, wow, I love that. This is called the good news. You do not know how far you can go. You do not know how much love you can show. How deeply you can feel, how much truth you can reveal. You don't know. And that's the good news. Nobody knows just who you can be. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your whole community. How many times you'll try, how much higher you can fly, they don't know. And that's the good news. Surprise yourself. inspiration, not a course on limitation. It's not over till it's over and you're gone. You be the one to make the call. Surprise us all. You do not know how bright you can shine. You do not know the length of your time. How deeply you can feel, how many hearts you're gonna heal. You don't know. And that's the good news. The unknown is your true home. Surprise yourself. Surprise us all. Be a source of inspiration, not a course on limitation. It's not over till it's over and you're gone. You be the one to make the call. Surprise us all. Thank you.
Well done.
I always want to say, and now for something completely different, right before I sing that. That is existing on YouTube currently, and I have various comments beneath it of people saying, oh, that should be in a Disney musical. Okay.
Okay, let's
I'm
do
game.
it. We're in. Yeah. I'll do Sesame Street too.
Okay.
We'll sell out to whoever wants to buy. That's what's post-COVID. That's what's happening.
Okay, we're going to do a couple more tunes and we're going to take a break. For those of you who are new to us, we have a handy-dandy and high-tech way that you can join our email list, and you don't have to touch any pens. Of course, I don't know if you guys care, but if you do care, take out your cell phone and turn it on. I know they told you to turn off your cell phone. But if you want to know when things are coming out, like the new music that you just heard, or we actually have a new record coming out this year. We've been working on it for more years than I'm willing to admit to. It's going to be an American Songbook CD. We're going to do songs by Irving Berlin and Cole Porter and George Gershwin and Johnny Mercer and me. Because I can't help myself. There are three from me. We'll do some of that later. But so if you want to join our email list via the high-tech way, let me know. Have you got your cell phones open? Anybody doing this? Or am I wasting my breath? Yes, we have some cell phones. Okay, great. So you're going to open your texting app. And you're going to, in the to window, you're going to type in this number, 33777. That's it. I know there's only 5 digits. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Only 5 digits. 33777. And in the message window, you're going to type my last name, which is Bettman. Bettman. Don't let spell check get a hold of it. It is not Batman. Bettman. Bettman. And then press send. You should get a response back that says, oh, look at you being all high-tech. You want to join Bettman and Halpin's email list? What's your email? And then you type in your email. It's real hard. It's so complicated. However, if you have a Samsung, it might give you some trouble, in which case we do have a paper email list. You can join out in the lobby. We have CDs out in the lobby. Most of what you've heard in this first set's on our most recent CD called 1,000 Miles, but we did dabble in a few other CDs as well. We're going to do a song next that is on our 4th CD, which is called Diamond. This is a song that was inspired by work we did with Kids in Crisis in Denver. We moved there knowing nobody. We had no friends. And Colorado is a surprisingly difficult place to meet people, it turns out. So we went to Kansas.
Because they're all out in the mountains doing fun things.
I know, they're all skiing and climbing and like drinking beer. And of course, Luke had given up drinking and neither one of us skis. And
couldn't have picked a worse time to quit drinking, man.
boy, that's the truth.
Tell you, that town. Woo!
Drinkingest town in the country. Second drinkingest.
Half the audience leaves and moves to Colorado right now. We're out here.
Yeah, there you go. Yay! Hi, Colorado. Bayfield. Oh my gosh! I used to go to a cabin there when I was a kid. Wow.
You sound like you're from Colorado. That's awesome.
All right, so we're going to do a couple of tunes to close out the set that were inspired by Kids in Crisis. This first one is the title track of our 4th CD. It's called Diamond. When we moved to Colorado, we finally did meet some people. We got hooked up with this organization that takes care of kids in crisis called the Tennyson Center for Children. And the folks who introduced us to the place said, well, maybe you'd write a song for these kids. And I did. This is that song. It's called Diamond. In the deepest part of me, there is a diamond, and it shines even brighter than the sun. And though it is obscured, muddy waters keep it blurred. It'll sparkle like the heavens when I'm done. In the center of my soul there is an ocean that was ladled with the swallowing of tears. And when I feel I don't belong, its current keeps me strong, and its deepness holds the answer to my fears. I am alive, I will survive. The heart's the strongest muscle in the world. No more alone, no broken bone. I am breathing and my voice is being heard. I am breathing and my voice is being heard. In the bottom of my belly burns a fire, raging hotter than the center of the earth, making diamond out of coal, crucible of my soul, the volcanic pulsing core of my worth. I am alive, I will survive. The heart's the strongest muscle in the world. No more alone, no broken bone. I am breathing and my voice is being heard. I am breathing and my voice is being heard. To love the ones who cause you pain, to feel as though you've gone insane, to struggle with the heaviness of home,
To be the one to stand your ground, to know what's right and not back down, to have the strength to make it on your own.
I am alive, I will survive. The heart's the strongest muscle in the world. No more alone, no broken bone. I am breathing and my voice is being heard. I am breathing and my voice is being heard. diamond that'll sparkle like the heavens when I'm done. Thank you. This song was inspired by the kids themselves. We did a workshop with the kids, and they were going to all create performances at the end of 5 weeks. And we had done 1 week. And we were doing a kind of post-mortem with the oldest group of kids, and the counselor that we were working with said, well, what did you get from this work? And, you know, what did you like? And this one kid piped up. He was probably about 16. And he said, I was really angry when I got here, and I didn't want to be here. He said, but I feel like I was able to move through my anger. He said, it's almost like I have 1,000,000 hearts. And this little girl sitting next to him, probably about 12, she said, oh, wouldn't it be cool if you could have 1,000,000 hearts and you could give them all away? I heard that, and every preconceived idea I had about these kids just shattered, and I was amazed. And I thought, my gosh, they're so courageous, and they're so generous, and they're songwriters, and they don't even know it. So at the end of 5 weeks, they did their performances, and we did this for them. This is a song that came from that conversation. This is called 1,000,000 Hearts. It's on our newest CD, 1,000 Miles.
Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la 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 la.
If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give them all away to the broken-hearted people that you see from day to day. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give a heart to you. Then you'd know how much I love you, and our tears would all be through. So many people walking through their lives, you never notice the pain they hold inside. But don't try to get too close, they will run or fall apart. For the tears that have been buried are still carried in our hearts. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give them all away to the broken-hearted people that you see from day to day. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give a heart to you. Then you'd know how much I love you, and our tears would all be through. As a child, I must have learned I was not enough. Love must be earned. Now I've spent so many years trying to undo the learning of the pain and doubt and fear. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give them all away to the broken-hearted people that you see from day to day. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give a heart to you. Then you'd know how much I love you, and our tears would all be through. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would give them all away to the broken-hearted people that you see from day to day. If I had 1,000,000 hearts, I would keep one heart for me. Then I'd know how much you love me, and I'd finally be free.
Everybody sing! Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la 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 la.
If I had a million hearts,
Ooh la la, ooh la 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 la.
if I had a million hearts,
La la la, la la la.
if I had a million hearts,
Ooh la 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 la.
Thank you. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We have CDs in the lobby. We will be back, do another set, and then we'll be signing CDs at the end of the show. So thank you so much for being here with us. And we're back. Welcome back. What'd you say? Luke songs? Well, we got one of them coming up. Yes. Well, maybe he'll do more of them then.
My personal fan club.
We love you, Stephanie. Now stop singing and let Luke sing. I get it.
I promise to sing at least one song. Yes. I think I'm going to sing two. I've just decided.
I think you should. I think you should.
Yeah, how much? I mean, for $10,000, I'll sing the rest of the songs. I think for that much, Stephanie would let me sing the rest of the songs. Maybe not.
I would. What? As long as that's right. As long as I get my 50%.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it seems fair. Seems fair. I'm trying to remember how this first song goes.
I guess we're taking bids. Anybody bidding bidding for Luke? Do I hear $10,000 for a Luke Halpin concert right here, right now?
Or whatever.
Way to hold your ground, Luke. Way to hold your ground. $10. Anybody? $10.
I used to play in an Irish band called the Hooligans decades and decades ago. And the leader of the band, he played a bodhrán, and he was one of the No Ma'am Club from Married with Children. He was the actor in the No Ma'am Club. And he was a brilliant front man, and we would play these bars, and he'd have this huge tip jar, and he would just, that guy could rake in more money than anyone I'd ever seen, and he would get two drunk dudes. I guess it's not cool in an Irish band to play What Would You Do with a Drunken Sailor? But always there'd be some drunk dude that would want it, but then there'd be another drunk dude that didn't want it, so he would get these two bidding against him not to play the song. I just thought that was so amazing. Just absolutely nothing to do with what we're about to do, but...
None at all. Nothing at all.
Shall I just start this thing?
Yeah. So we're going to do a couple of songs to just sort of give you a taste of the next CD, the American Songbook CD. You all know this one. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you Thank you. So we're both super excited about this CD that we're going to be releasing, hopefully in March. So if you didn't get on our email list and you want to know about when that CD comes out, make sure you do get on our email list before the end of the night. It's arguably, I think it's, in fact, I don't think it's arguably, I think it's the best CD we have ever made. We've got the most complicated arrangements we've ever done. Great singing, great playing. Luke's just amazing. He plays every instrument all over the board. I mean, it's incredible. And he learned, like, I don't know, hundreds of new chords for this.
Like, I never did that before. I was like...
Yes, you have transformed. So anyway, we're going to do one of my originals. You have the chart? Yes?
Don't tell him I have a chart.
He doesn't have a chart.
I'm good.
He has it in his
I
mind.
got this thing memorized.
So memorized.
When I'm looking at the ground, I'm just checking out my boots, that's all.
This is a tune I wrote. I was walking along, lost in my thinking, doing the things that I do. One day I decided to look deep inside, and to my surprise I found you. How did you get in my heart? How did you get in my soul? How did this thing ever start? How is it I didn't know? How did you get in my heart? How did you get close to me? And now we're never to part. That's how this thing ought to be. How did you get in my heart? Such an everyday thing, an everyday feeling, to walk with your heart on your sleeve. And now that you care, I'm not going nowhere, for I know that you'll never leave. How did you get in my heart? How did you get in my soul? How did this thing ever start? How is it I didn't know? How did you get in my heart? How did you get close to me? And now we're never to part. That's how this thing ought to be. How did you get in my heart? Now that I know you're there, I spend my moments dancing on air. There's no way to explain how you got in my veins. Perhaps you're always there. How did you get in my heart? How did you get in my soul? How did this thing ever start? How is it I didn't know? How did you get in my heart? How did you get close to me? And now we're never to part. That's how this thing ought to be. How did you get in my heart? How did you get in my heart? How did you get in my soul? How did this thing ever start? How is it I didn't know? How did you get in my heart? How did you get close to me? And now we're never to part. That's how this thing ought to be. How did you get in my heart? And now we're never to part. How All right, I think it's time for the Luke show. Take it, Luke.
Gosh, Thomas. How old are we? I feel like I've known you for 25 years. Is that about right? Oh, wow. Thomas Raymond used to be my roadie in another band. Sometimes he still is. He shows up and he's like, "What do you need?" "2004. Sometimes while I tune, I just like to have conversations with my friends, you know? I feel like it's... This song is an interesting song. I never know what to say about this song because it's a weird thing as a songwriter. You write these songs and you have thoughts and feelings about them, and then you don't want to, like, influence the listener. Maybe if I feel compelled afterwards, I'll tell you something. We'll see. We used to agree, and I used to believe. You say you don't understand, but I'm watching you try to sort it out in your mind. Where did I go wrong? You didn't go wrong. Mama, don't you cry. Any more tears for me? I know you're hurting inside, but this is how it must be. Mama, don't you cry.
Don't you cry.
Little birds have to say goodbye, and everything will be all right. You taught me how to fly. You're praying for me, but you pray for what you believe. Black and white, with nothing in between. But here I am in this colorful land. It's beautiful, and I'm happy where I stand. Mama, don't you cry. Those tears aren't for me. I know you're hurting inside, but this is how it must be. Mama, don't you cry.
Don't you cry.
Your boy has to say goodbye, and everything will be alright. You taught me how to fly. Yes, I'm gonna be alright. You taught me how to fly. Thank you. When did we release that record? 2 years ago? Ish? Approximate?
Yeah, 2019. Wait. That's 3 years ago.
This is why I said
What happened?
approximate. 3 years is 2, 3. As long as it's longer than a week.
It's longer than a week.
Every week, I get a text from my dad. He's the weirdest texter in the world. It's the most random combination of emojis you've ever seen. My sister and I talked about it the other day. She's like, yep, he does it to me too. I don't know what any of it means. It's a lot of clovers and hearts I get. Trucks. Anyway, once a week I get a text and it says, Mama! Exclamation point. Which in the first year it was, Mama, don't you cry! Exclamation point. Now it's Mama! Exclamation point. This dude listens to this song every week and texts me, Mama! Exclamation point. Random emojis. And what's so interesting, my dad and I, everyone's got complicated relationships with their parents, but mine are just what they are. And I wrote this song for my dad. He doesn't know that. And in the process of writing this song, I was like, I think it's got to be Mama, Don't You Cry. My mom doesn't care what I'm doing with my life. I mean, she loves me, but my dad's the type one. And I just find it so utterly fascinating that you write this song, you tell the world it's about your mother cries the first time she hears it, and it's like, I don't know how you understand women so well. And then it turns, anyway, I just think that's kind of the coolest little thing, and now I get just this weekly affirmation from my father that says, Mama! Anyway. Oh, dear. Should I sing another song?
Yeah, or play an instrumental, or I thought you were going to...
Oh, yeah, let's do that one, and then I'll sing another one.
and we'll, do some other things.
I'm going to play Winter's Waltz, for those that know, and this is the first song I wrote when I moved to Denver, Colorado. Being from Southern California, I was super fascinated by snow. I was good all winter for the first few years. Now I'm done. Not this year, it's been almost frighteningly mild. But I'm sure a lot of you know this, but the most surprising thing about snow, when you don't know anything about snow, is how quiet snow is. And that is just the coolest thing. And I was like, I need to write a song for snow. But music makes noise. So I wrote this little waltz in honor of winter, and I call it Winter's Waltz. You're going to tune? After that whole fiasco that I just did? Want a D note just to check? Beautiful. Classically trained. Let's start over again. I got to get into the mood. I got nervous all of a sudden. I looked up and like, oh my gosh, there's people here. Thanks. Want to do the place? Oh, I was going to do the place one. All right. There is a trilogy of songs. I'm not going to do all of them, Thomas. I am going to do one of them. I'm going to do the last one of the trilogy.
Why don't you do all three?
Should I do all three of them?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here we go. It's officially the Luke Halpin Hour, everybody. We have a trilogy on our website. You can't buy it here, but you can buy it on our website. It's a 3-song EP. It is called the Recovery Trilogy. I got sober 13 years ago, October 10th. Thank you. And it's been a process of putting these songs together over the years, and some of them were super old, and then I refound them. And I like to think that these 3 little songs kind of represent the strength, hope of it all. There's another word in there when you go to those meetings, but I forget what it is currently because I'm in front of humans. Experience, that's the word I'm looking for. Experience, strength, and hope. So, first song I wrote in a bar, like for real, straight up. On napkins, still on the napkins. Well, since you left me, I've been doing alright. Since you left me, I've been doing just fine. And if you need me, you can find me. I'm swimming in a bottle of wine. Yeah, I hope that you're happy with the new man in your life. Yeah, I hope that you're happy now that I'm not by your side. And if you need me, you can find me. I'm swimming in a bottle of wine. I've got a new girl, her name is Pinot Noir. Yeah, well, I've got a new girl and she doesn't care how you are. And if you need me, you can find me. I'm swimming around in her arms. Well, since you left me, I've been doing all right. Since you left me, I've been doing just fine. And if you need me, you can find me. I'm swimming in a bottle of wine. Yeah, if you need me, you can find me. I'll be swimming in a bottle of wine. Whoa, front stroke, back stroke, butterfly, swimming in a bottle of wine. 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 Here we go. I was sitting at the bar and my buddy I was playing music with at the time said, what you need to do for tonight's show is you need to bring a song that is new, never been written. Get going. So I wrote it on napkins. Never changed a thing. I have a friend in Denver who's a championship-winning swimmer person. Kevin DeForest is his name. He's also a songwriter. And he came up to me after hearing that song and he's like, I got to tell you something. I understand why you did it, and you should do it as a writer, but you need to know there's no such thing as a front stroke. right, I guess this song is the middle ground where you are just coming to terms with the fact that you have a problem. 3, 4. You're the life of the party. You make the whole room grin. Their faces come alive when you walk in. They call out your name, or they just call you friend. They ask how you're doing. You say how great you've been. You don't fool me for 1 second. That smile's not a smile. There's a river behind your eyes that's been dammed for a while. You're trying to find your paradise, but you're in a living hell, drowning at the bottom of a wishing well. Drowning at the bottom of a wishing well. They ask you to sing a song, so you ask them to sing along. The whole room joins in with a drunken sailor song. They beg you not to leave, but you must get home, 'cause what you need to do, you need to do alone. You don't fool me for 1 second. That smile's not a smile. There's a river behind your eyes that's been dammed for a while. Trying to find your paradise, but you're in a living hell, drowning at the bottom of a wishing well. You say you're happy, but I've seen your eyes as you open a bottle and pour a glass of lies. A man who was filled with dreams is now an empty shell, drowning at the bottom of a wishing well. You're trying to find your paradise, but you're in a living hell, drowning at the bottom of a wishing well, drowning at the bottom of a wishing well. So glad I remember those last two songs, because for years I was doing this one song talking a little bit about recovery, and I come to find out that everyone's like, that's a good song, but I don't know what it has to do with recovery. So this trio now has an ending that I think makes sense. I think this song is about hope. It's the vaguest song I've ever written. Place where I am going, no one has ever been. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. The captain of a ship floating in the desert sand. There's water in the distance saying, catch me if you can. I am the king of a castle built on the ocean floor, and I am standing on a drawbridge knocking at my door. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. I am the master of the circus in a pup tent downtown. I walk upon the wire and I even play the clown. I am the general of an army. All the soldiers look the same, and I am not a child, and this is not a game. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. I am the son of a father. I am not the Prince of Peace. I've rubbed shoulders with the devil, and the Father still loves me. And I am on a journey with an ever-changing plan. When I get where I am going, I'll know who I am. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. The place where I am going, no one has ever been. Thank you. I'm glad we did that. Thank you.
Luke Halpin, everybody.
Here's to herbal tea.
Whee! Well, that about does it. I think we can maybe close out with just one last song.
Okay. Do I know what it's going to be?
What? Oh, wow. Meatloaf.
I would do anything for love.
Nice, Luke, nice.
That's all you got. That did make me sad a little bit. Meatloaf, man. Fight Club. Meatloaf. What a guy. I don't think we know a man from Arkansas. That's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. With the what?
This,
Ooh. You got it.
That would be good to do.
All right. Thanks for the requests. We've landed on one we can fulfill.
Let's go to church.
Let's go to church.
Let's go to church. Oh, yeah. Plus, I've been wanting to play the mandolin again. This is exciting.
Perfect.
Yes, you got it. Banjo's tricky. Sometimes you bring it and no one shows up.
Hate it when that happens.
Kelly is the name of the sound man and the light man, and
Yeah.
I think you should all give him a huge
Thank you,
hand.
Kelly.
He's kind of become the everything man.
Yeah.
He's doing this while he has a full-time job. It's remarkable.
Yeah, and let's just hear it for everybody who runs the Flickinger Center for keeping it going.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us back again. Michael Gutierrez for bringing us in.
Oh, man.
All right.
I wish you guys could have had dinner with us. It
Oh,
was
it was
amazing.
good.
You should definitely go next
Monica.
door at some point and get like the
Yeah, the
tomato soup
cafe.
and the salad. You look like a bunch of salad eaters. I love me some salad. Oh, the bread.
Oh, so good.
Chocolate hummus? I mean, come on, people.
Yeah. We got an ew. We got an ew from the front.
I pushed it a little too far. We're vegan. Sorry about that.
We're weird.
All right, this is it.
Things like chocolate
this is
hummus excite
exciting.
us.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2.
That was not you.
That wasn't my phone? Let's try this again. 1, 2.
By the rivers of
Babylon,
where we sat
down, and where we wept when we remembered Zion.
For the wicked
Carried us away to captivity, required from us a song. How can we sing our sacred song in a strange land?
So let the
Words of our mouth
and the
meditations of our hearts
be
acceptable in thy sight. Over as I walked down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down. Down in the river to pray.
Wade in the water.
Pray.
Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Wade in the water. Must be the children that Moses led.
God's gonna trouble the water.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in white?
Wade in the water.
Must be the children of the Israelites.
God's gonna trouble the water. I said wade in the water.
Wade,
Wade in the water.
children, wade
In the water. God's gonna trouble the water. I said wade in the water.
Wade,
Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Thank you, everybody. I'm Stephanie Bettman. That's Luke Halpin. We're Bettman and Halpin. You can find us online at bettmanandhalpin.com. We have a lighter. We will be in the lobby signing CDs if you want to take us home with you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you to the Flickinger for having us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you in the lobby.